Hey buddy, it's Victor. It's time to run here. The Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Happy Thursday, Mosh Pit. Happy 4th of July. For those of you who are in America, hopefully you're celebrating it safe and with lots of cool fireworks and fun and food and friends and all that kind of good stuff. We're waiting for another video to cross 3,000 likes, although we have a lot of videos that are really, really close, especially after this past weekend that we've had some banger runs. And yesterday's run, of course, if you missed the challenge run, you missed something special. So go back and watch it. Also give it a like. I would appreciate it. Here's your picture of the day sent in here, this time around by Zealous Ideal Good 40. Title of the thread was First Day of the New Apartment, no TV yet, but we got Sin. I like it. I especially love the fact that both of you are sharing one plate for chicken nuggets and then watching on the iPhone or whatever Android phone. I'm pretty sure it's an iPhone. But thank you very much. I remember my first apartment, man. That was like, there's something special when you first get out of the house for the first time ever. C day is going to be 1 Kilo 9 Echo 8 Papa 7 Lima. We got no. I mean, shot speed is about the only thing we can talk about right now. But we also have the Blessed Penny and Robo Baby, so I'm fine with that. Yeah, there's something special like when you first get out of your parents' house. I'm not sure what your situation is, but for me, like it was like the first time that I was like left alone in my apartment for the first time. I was like, man. This is it. Like this is the different reality that I live in, and it was a magical time. Sure, the apartment was like crappy, and like yeah, there was like lots of mold in the suplex. I shouldn't, but I'm going to. There was like lots of mold in our apartment, and like it was not good. It was not a very good place, but I didn't care because I was just like I'm on my own. Like I'm a grown up now. Yeah. And this is only like a couple years ago, of course. Like 2 years ago, maybe. I'm being facetious, of course. I've been in the house. I've been in this house a lot longer than that. Well, not a lot longer, really, but. Ooh yeah, brother. I'm not going to take the Rotten Heart here because obviously there's no such thing as partial Rotten Heart damage. So once we take damage on that, it's gone. And given the fact that we're using Suplex, it's not necessarily the smartest thing to do. Suplex is an item that will allow you to basically suplex any mob in the game, and I mean any mob in the game. And it's quite funny, but it's also quite not great because, unfortunately, the iframes that you get from it, they're not adequate enough for you to like really rely on for protection. I hope they were going to get a soul heart out of that, but we didn't. Secret room might be there. I'm not sure if it is exactly. One thing I would like about Suplex that would be cool about it is if you are able to actually get if you're able to perform it on like rocks and stuff, kind of like Mom's bracelet, except better. Like it'd be the wait what to the butterbean that is Mom's bracelet. But it doesn't do that. So, but again, it's still kind of like a wacky, kooky item, and you can use it to get in the curse rooms. So I will go back and do after we're done suplexing Monstro. Oh yeah, brother. But as you see there, you don't really know which side of the mob, especially a big boss mob like Monstro, it's going to throw you out on. So you're not really confident on like, can you go up or can you go down whenever you slam a boss, and you just kind of have to guess. So you have to be real careful with Suplex. But again, it does deal adequate amounts of damage, and the bigger the mob, the stronger it is. The distance that you travel is also going to determine how much damage you do, I believe. We can come and get this golden chest after we get Latchkey. I am gonna go back through the curse room first and go see if there's anything in there that's worth taking. We have one bomb. Secret room's probably there. Okay, well we get to profit a soul heart here. That's fine. But you see, again, you just see right there, you can use Suplex to just kind of just dart right out of the door and no problem at all. So we're gonna end up with 3 soul hearts at the end of this first floor, and even though we didn't get any stats except for luck upgrade, I guess. We're looking okay. And on top of that, remember we have the Blessed Penny, so we could get some more HP out of here. Didn't. Secret room's gotta be there now. Hey, nice. There we go. Nice. Okay. Good start. We go over here to the question of the episode from last week on the Are You Ready episode, the R-Key episode, where we had a very refreshing run in June. And that run, I mean, it was about time, right? Wow, I completely whiffed that one. It was about time that we had a run like that. This one was sent in. I had to scroll all the way down for Victor HC651 because there's just no questions on that thread. Victor said, question of the day, what would you do to improve reroll items and make them more interesting? More specifically, Missing No and D4. I think that rerolling is in a pretty good spot now in Repentance. I do think, I did not mean to grab the Stony, but I do think that it's the only downside to D4 and Missing No is that you can reroll into TM Trainer. So as far as like improving that, I would say don't. It's gonna feel and sound restrictive, right? Because like TM Trainer is part of the game, and it's hard for you to say like, hey, you can re-roll into anything except for this and this and this and this. Like you start excluding items, right? So I can't really say that like that's my ultimate solution, is to like say, yeah, re-rolls are good, but like just make sure we can't re-roll into Missing No or something like that, so it doesn't completely destroy our run. But that's always going to be the risk in re-rolling too. So, but I mean, I think honestly that it's in a good spot. The only thing that I would like to see, other than excluding TM Trainer and Missing No, would be I would love to see some way to possibly preserve an item every time you reroll. Like you have like a guaranteed chance to keep one of those items that you're rerolling, or do like a targeted reroll or something like that. Like you could say like, oh, hey, I just want to reroll the last 3 items that I have. That would be very cool, but that would probably require just a totally different dice altogether. But that's not going to happen. So, but to be honest, I think that the re-rolling situation is in a pretty good spot in Repentance. I like the fact that re-rolls share the loot table for the most part of other items that you've already taken. So, I don't think there's any way to really improve on them outside of the exclusionary rights of like say like, hey, don't take away my HP. And they did somewhat fix that. If you re-rolled into 9 lives, and also don't give me Missing No. That one I don't think they're gonna be able to do anything about. But yeah, I had to scroll all the way down for that one. That one was like halfway down the comments page before the upvote. So make sure everyone, if you don't see any question that you want to see answered, by all means, ask it in the comments. The comments are one of the best ways to support your favorite channels up here on YouTube. That didn't count. That didn't count towards our guaranteed Fruity Plum hit or Baby Plum hit, because that was from the spider, obviously. I'm gonna go ahead and take Ceremonial Robes here and get some good damage. Might as well go into the alt path door because we have a free key, and yeah, get on down. First, the unknown doesn't really matter too much. We're still looking okay on damage for now. And now that we have some Victor Robes. But our tears rate is going to be something that we need to address soon. And our movement speed is also completely garbage. But yeah, the comment section is extremely important on YouTube videos. They drive that whole engagement thing, and I know everyone at this point, like it's crazy how things turn into buzzwords. Like the more that we talk about them, like now, like instead of engagement being what it used to mean, now like everyone and their mother on TikTok and Twitter and Instagram, like they all use the word as a buzzword now. Like, I gotta get my engagement ARP. Oh, we gotta farm engagement. Like, I remember when I was using that term like the way that like it originally derived from, which was, you know, talking about the algorithm and stuff. Which, I mean, I guess it's still technically true and everything, but now we're getting a little tangential here. Comments, liking, and subscribing. if you want more specifics, the most important thing you can do on any YouTube video, if you can only do one, like, comment, subscribe, the most important one is liking a video. That is the absolute most important way to interact with any YouTube video, not just mine, but any YouTube video here on the platform, if you want to help the creator out. The second one, in terms of importance, is going to be commenting. Which is the reason why you hear people say all the time, like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. It's in that order, and then thirdly, of course, subscribing. Subscribing helps out a lot too, but it doesn't really drive channel growth. Does that make sense? Like, if you spike in like, say, subs, for example, that is not going to really matter in the algorithm's eyes as much as you getting just a massive video that does like gangbusters on a on the likes and that sort of stuff. I ended up taking 2020 here because I'm hoping that we get Polyphemus or anything. I mean, starter deck ain't a bad shout here, but we need to decide if we're going to use the donation machine or not. I don't know how those things didn't get hit by that. No, I'm not using. I am not using our soul hearts on a temperance machine. I need 3 cents, and I think I am just gonna bomb the donation machine here, because what I really want is Diplopia. Then we have the option now to either use it in here or using the Devil Deal, which is what I'm gonna wait for. But we're not leaving this floor with Diplopia, because I don't mind starter deck at all. $2020 obviously is going to lower our damage quite a bit, but this is with the prospect of us getting a much easier time firing off something like Quad Shot or Inner Eye, for example, if we end up getting it, or Polyphemus. But we don't have to worry about the tiers down because of the multi shots. Another HP upgrade. Yep. These Devil Deals, man, they've been something else, that's for sure. Okay, so we're gonna go back. We're gonna use Diplopia on the shop and get starter deck. And I might as well copy the Sun card as well. So that way we get 2 Sun cards, and then we can take starter deck and also like hold on to both of them. The starter deck is going to spawn a card. We get High Priestess. We don't care about that. We get double Sun card here. And I'm going to take Suplex, and we're going to leave. Nice. Nice. Okay. But there's something that's not nice, and this is the lack of stat ups other than damage. It is a gamble, admittedly. It is a gamble for me to have taken 2020 with no real discernible point to doing that. But it's me betting on us getting Inner Eye, Quad Shot, or Polyphemus. I also didn't take my other Sun card. I thought I did. Apparently not. Apparently, I guess it was in front of the door. I don't know. But we have a bigger concern right now, and that is going to be the lack of movement speed. We need movement speed. We need tiers rate. Now, it's getting... We're not desperate yet, but we're getting there. We got Robo Baby giving us some good supplementary damage, and that's fine. No. Can't do it. We definitively showed how much worse a run gets with the Satanic Bible. What I need to be doing is, if I have a full charge on Suplex, I need to just be darting through a lot of these shots. I have a library here, which... Okay. The secret room can't spawn adjacent to the library here. It's going to be Book of Shadows, the Bibble, and Book of the Dead. And this is definitely where the suplex run will end. In lieu of the Book of Shadows. I should say in favor of Book of Shadows. But this is a very, very, very pivotal floor for us here. If you're wondering how come we didn't take damage right there and there, it's because of Conehead. Wow, Conehead's still going off. It's doing it again. Conehead is the reason why we did not take damage. I've never seen it proc that much, but hey, I'll take it. I'm gonna bomb the Charge Beggar just to give us a much more increased chance of a Devil Deal here. And we could use the IV bag, but not. I'm not taking it over the Book of Shadows. The only thing there, the only advantage we would have at having the IV bag over the Book of Shadows would be the fact that we have the Blessed Penny and have a chance of making, you know, a possible farm there with Soul Hearts, or at least half Soul Hearts. We have it like almost like a weird soft version of D-Bizzle, you know, where we take red hearts and then we just turn them into Soul Hearts. Yeah, I'm not doing this room. I love those just random shots right at the end there. Everything, you know you're playing Isaac because everything you kill has to have some kind of death rattle that fires at you after it dies, of course. Otherwise, it just doesn't feel right. You're seeing that little extra shot every now and then come out from Isaac. That is from Bookworm. The interaction between Bookworm and 2020. The Keeper here is our last bomb, but we're raising it to 45%. Not that it's going to really matter, of course, too much, but we have the Book of Shadows ready to go. We just need to get a major damage up, major tears up, I mean, anything up here. We get the box, we get nothing burger of an item here, but hey, I got my Sun card back. Goathead. The game must have known that we were going to get a Devil Deal here with this Lover's card, so I'm going to try to play this Demon Judgment. Grab a heart. Again, Conehead just going off here. Ooh boy. Curse of Darkness, we can just nuke with the Sun card, and we're going to have to. But yeah, if we're now sitting in a very bad situation. If we do not get a significant tears up or damage up on this floor, or movement speed, we have so many stats that we need help on right now. That we're looking at a bad time here if we're not going to get help soon. I mean, it has to be it. This is the most pivotal moment on this run. Now we do have the Sack Room Shuffle, and we have Goathead. So no, let's not. I was going to be lazy, but we can't. And we don't need a bomb anyway because we have Goathead. Okay. So the question now becomes: do we do the Sack Room Shuffle here, or do we not? We wait for the Devil Deal because we're going to use HP either way. I think we pretty much have to. Boss Rush, just forget about Boss Rush at this point. And another problem that I'm seeing here is that we don't see a mini map on the. We don't see a mini boss on the mini map, which tells me that we're going to get a greed fight. So that would be back-to-back greed fights. Means we basically only have one more chop before this run is over. And luckily our HP has been fine. Oh, I didn't even see the invisible one there. Yeah. Dodging this room with 0.87 movement speed is hell. Dodging in any room at 0.87 movement speed is hell. Let's just get that out of the way right now. Power card and 2 of hearts. Neither of these matter at all, but we can at least maybe use the tower card against the boss. Not gonna mess with this room at all. No, we had a shield going in here, game. I don't know about that one. Oh, okay. Gonna have to go to the footage on that one. Luckily, Conehead again procced and it didn't give us any damage leaving the curse room. I mean, let's not get it twisted. Robobaby is doing a lot of the heavy lifting here. Yeah. Yep. It's almost like I played this game forever. You can't. You literally cannot say that I didn't call that. It's not surprising. I don't know how many times, whenever something like that happens, it's just like, yeah, of course. I was literally talking about it because I'm planning for it. Like, we're only gonna get one more shop on this run. Thankfully, we are not in dire need of HP. In fact, we have 2 full racks of HP. That's not the point, though. We need to get some kind damage up. DPS up, or movement speed. There are 3 specific stats that we need right now. They're always the same big 3, right? Have fun with this room. This. There's an invisible fist over here. Isn't that fancy? This damage is rough. Getting answers. I mean, it's gonna help us on the next floor. Yeah, so I'm gonna use the tower card here because it should hit all the Visses. And by all of them, I mean 2 of them. Because there's only 2 in here. Okay. Get a tears up, which is what we needed. It's going to destroy our shot speed, though, but that's a small price to pay. And get Sulfur and Guppy's head, which... I mean, neither one of these really truly helps us. I'll touch Sulfur for the Leviathan transformation, but I feel like we got to stick with the Book of Shadows. And now things get tricky. And I also don't feel like walking back there. But I don't think that we can sit here. I don't think we can play the sack room safely right now. Or ever on this run right now. Yeah. We just can't. Yeah, use Ansas. I'm glad I did because I would have gone the wrong way. There is another sack room. A big shortcut straight to the boss, but it's not going to matter because we need to go to the shop anyway. We know that there can't be a greed fight on this one because you quite literally cannot have 3 greed fights in a row in the shop. There's a 3rd greed fight in this shop, and you know the game's really clowning us now. But I know it's not going to be there, so. Compound fracture, I mean, it does mess with the physics a whole lot, but at this point, any kind of damage that's going to help us multiply, even by like sort of like a secondary way, in a secondary way, is going to be something, right? As movement speeds. This is. I mean, we're looking at it. Looking at a crawl. I mean, it's hard to call this one a struggle bus. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's all arbitrary at the end of the day, how we classify these type of runs. But these are the runs that are like very, very, very painful. I still feel like it's probably technically better than like a June run, but man, we're looking. We got to get a solid devil deal here. And that's a mind-blowing thing too, is that we've had goat head. We've been getting devil deals. We're just not getting good ones. I mean, this one's gonna be Krampus, the next one's gonna be Demon Judgments, and then at that point it's like, well, I don't even know why we have goat head. We get Queen of Hearts, which if we had D-Bizzle would be great, but we don't. So I don't even know why I'm doing this. We'll get those soul hearts in a second. Yep. Yeah, we don't have any red heart. We have no red heart HP, so the only real question is, are we going to get a devil deal that's worth taking, or are we going to have to go play the sack room shuffle? And I think the acquisition, me picking up 2020 is not the cause of this. We only lost, what, like 0.9 damage or something like that? I mean, we can't. We cannot go fight Lamb with this build. Yeah, here's the Krampus fight I told you about. I mean, again, you act like... You might be acting like this is how'd you predict it? I'm like, dude, you just kind of know. You just kind of know whenever you get a run, like when the game is just feeling like this. Sounds silly, I know. Sounds crazy. It sounds like you can't possibly predict a game that's so randomized. Yeah, you can. Don't believe me? Look at this episode. 2 for 2 so far on this Invictradamus episodes. In the predictions. All right, Sacrum Shuffle. We just got to believe here. The Angel Deal chance does not matter because we've already been in the Devil Deal. Looking for Angel Deal items right now. No, that's not an Angel Deal item. I legitimately don't even want to finish that. I don't even care, dude. Where's the maze? Tea room should be south of here. But now is when things get really bad. I was hoping that we were going to get the body or something like that off of the Sacrum Shuffle, but we did not. And we're really going to have to lean into the Blessed Penny to help us out here. Going straight to the bosses will also help out a lot. if we can manage that. But the biggest danger, the absolute #1 biggest danger we're facing right now is the lack of mobility. I preach it every day. I talk about it. You gotta be able to dodge stuff. Earphone card is very nice here. Okay, we did go straight to the boss, but I want to have the Book of Shadows before. Not because I don't think that like we're gonna like live through it. It's just because I don't. Again, I don't trust this lack of mobility. Blessed Penny, you gotta be better than this. You need to at least get that soul heart back. You're able to get it back. And Lump of Coal helps out a lot for our damage. But Lump of Coal is not the end-all be-all here. Okay, we get a Moon card, Full card, a Death card. I'm going to hold on to the Moon card and Death card. We only have 2 bombs. If I really needed the HP, I could try to bomb some of those skulls, but it's the least of our concern here. We got to get something huge. The Conquest Pony is going to help us out. Oh, that one coming a mile away there, Conquest. It is going to give us flying. It's going to give us Crack the Skizzle and movement speed. An Eternal Heart, which is fine too. Yeah, I mean Gimpy's great and all, but like at this point, I think we just need to turtle up. We just need to turtle up and then just outlast this run. Some people are going to look at that and they're going to say, well, you're making it harder on yourself again by not taking Gimpy. Brother, I'm pretty sure that Gimpy's not going to make that much of a difference here, especially when we're in a situation where we don't have a lot of great base stats anyway. I would much rather preserve our very limited HP than take an item that not necessarily is going to be a bad thing, but also not necessarily going to be a good thing. It's not going to allow us to have any better stats or anything. I like Gimpy, don't get me wrong. I think Gimpy is an A-tier Devil Deal item. But in this spot, I'm valuing the HP over taking something like that, which is going to cost me HP to not only take. On top of that, you're taking something that only activates after you've taken damage, which is going to cost even more HP. See what I mean? So we're betting on the fact that, hey, we might be able to get ourselves a soul heart every now and then. Like, yeah, if we take damage, but if you just saw right here, we earned a full soul heart just from our trinket, which didn't require us to take damage at all. So I would rather preserve the HP we have and value those 3 soul hearts over something like Gimpy. Now with Conquest Pony, at least we have the mobility to stay relatively safe here with flying. And yep, and that Moon card took us in the way wrong way. But at least we have this Emperor card. Yep. So many keys and nothing to spend them on. I feel like sometimes I need to explain stuff like that because there are many situations where people look at something that I do in the game and they're like, what seems to be a no-brainer to them is something that I'm like, no, it's the knee-jerk reaction would be to take a certain item, but I will show you why it's not necessarily a good idea, even though the item is a good item. It's not for the pure fact of just trying to be contrarian. It's like, no, there's a play behind some of it. Now, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you that every single time I do something like that, there's some kind of like strategy involved. Most of the time, if I don't do something, if I don't take anything, it's just because like I either forgot that I had a synergy or I just didn't even think about it. But in occasions like this where like, you know, there's like an actual calculated reason why I don't do something, I want to try to explain it. This is our second Guppy item. We're probably not going to get another one, and it's not worth 3 soul hearts. I will take the card against humanity, though, because that could definitely give us those soul hearts back, I guess. But, well, we got 22 keys. Might as well take it. Fine. And then I'm going to take the Necronomicon, not over Conquest Pony, but just because I want to get rid of our red hearts, so we can go fight Isaac with Polar Invincibility. Gotta find a big old room to use this in. Oh, maybe we'll get Guppy. That would be insane if we end up getting Guppy here. I had a hiccup there. We did not. So it looks like we're headed towards 1 damage upgradesville again. The only upgrade that we ever picked up for damage was Invicta Robes, and we picked that up very early. So, yeah. But we have Conquest Pony, and at least we have some kind of way to deal damage to bosses. If we didn't, then we would be in a lot of trouble here. So we can use card against humanity. And then what we gotta do is we gotta hope that we get the world. There's a big room up there. Gotta hope that we get a petrified poop early here without losing too many poop piles. Not gonna happen, is it? Okay. So now what we do is we need to leave all coins on the ground that we get. Then re-acquire the Blessed Penny. Dodging coins in here. At least trying to anyway. Okay. I mean, it's inevitable. We're going to pick up a couple, but... Alright. Then the payoff is going to be this. And all the soul hearts are going to get, right? 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 Don't want the bone heart because I just don't want red hearts at this point. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff right there. Blessed Penny, I love you. Technically that full soul heart and that one wasn't given to us by there, but look at that. Look at that, beautiful. Big time plays right there. It's always nice when a plan comes together like that. In the face of adversity, despite the game giving us... If we really want to take stock of the stat ups that we've gotten 1 damage up, 1 tears up. Yep. I guess a range up if you want to count compound fracture, but that is quite pathetic. But we make it work anyway. That's where game knowledge comes into play over being reliant on items, because you Just basically never rely on the game giving you what you think it should give you or what you need. You gotta understand that Isaac's not built like that. Oh, that hit me. What do you think about this statue? What do you think about that? Think about that. Look at that. Look at the damage that you caused. Look, it's been completely erased. Feel good about yourself now? I thought. Gotta stay far back here. I was trying to get through phase 3 before it spawned any. Sometimes I swear, Conquest Pony, if you're like on either one of the ponies, the hitbox sometimes extends past where Isaac actually is. It's very weird. Because I feel like there are times when like I know that like if I know that I was out of range of like a shot or something like that. It's not like about just getting clipped or something. Like Isaac's sticking out his big toe. It's like, no, it feels significantly boosted a little bit. Which is kind of a double negative there, but you know what I mean. But we are going to get through this run. I just need to get a full charge on Conquest Pony, and then we are full send it against Blue Baby. Station 2 is not bad, although not really going to help us out that much. Either one of those items really matter. Going to destroy Stain real quick and get on out of here. So it was a run where we took 16 items. We started with one of them and the other one was the Polaroid, so you do the math on that one. But we are still going to get the dub because you know what, game? Despite not giving us anything to work with, we're still going to make it work anyway. And even if you don't, then guess what? We're going to make you look like you failed anyway, which you did. You failed miserably. So thank you for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. No, we're not fighting Delirium. I was hoping that we were going to get a multi-shot. That would have been real nice. Getting Polyphemus, getting Inner Eye, or Quad Shot would have been real cool, but what can you do? So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you click the like button. Like I said earlier in the episode, the best way to support my channel and any channels out there, you want to like, comment, subscribe. If you only want to do one of those things, then definitely clicking the like button is the easiest thing to do. It helps out my channel and grow, as well as just maintain what I do. And I appreciate each and every one of you who do that every single day. As always, I'll see you all next time. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Sorry there are no fireworks this episode. Would have been cool, though. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks to patrons of mine like Michael McMaster, Fred, and Caitlin Bennett. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Sinvicta.